Hello dears, welcome back. Today let's talk a little bit about home management because we spend so much time at our homes. I think it's really important to make it as homely as possible, and having some flowers around. It doesn't really have to be expensive flowers. It can be some that you buy from the supermarket, but it really brightens up the home and brings a lot of grace and beauty to the house. So today let's go through 3 simple tips to make your flowers last for as long as possible. So the first thing you have to think about is starting with a clean canvas. When you get your fresh flowers, as soon as you get home, you have to remove it from the bouquet because any residual or bacteria left in there is going to shorten the lifespan of your flowers, and you don't want that. After you remove your fresh flowers from the bouquet, you need to prepare a clean vase, some room temperature water, so make sure it's not too cold or too hot, just right is fine. And then you need a pair of scissors, and you can choose to either cut the stem under running water near the sink, or you can prepare just a bowl of water which you can cut the flowers under. The benefit of cutting your flowers under running water or in a bowl of water is it prevents the air bubbles from blocking the stems. So what you want to do is get your pair of scissors. I just have a normal pair of scissors, and you want to cut the stem just a little bit at a 45 degrees angle. So I'm going to do this under the bowl of water. Now, I've got this ready now, and you can see the stem is cut at a 45 degrees angle. And of course, you need to put the water, the room temperature water, in your vase. And then you can now building a new home for your flowers. So I'm just going to put it in there, and I can leave the leaves up here because they're not going to be below the water line. But if they were going to be, then I'll have to remove them. So I'm going to just put it in there. And of course you can add more water, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to add that much water for you to see. So the reason why you have to remove the leaves if it's going to be below the water line is not only are they going to decay quickly, but it also makes the water cloudy. Moving on to step number 2 is how do you refresh your flowers regularly so they can last even longer? You have to retrim the ends of the stem every 2 to 3 days. So that's what I'm doing now with my flowers that's already been around for a couple of days. And I'm just retrimming them. By trimming the ends of the stem every 2 to 3 days, when you change the water of the vase as well, what happens is you help to prevent bacteria buildup, and also it keeps the channel open for hydration. So I've just cut the stem of that one, and I'm going to put it in there. So I've also placed this pot of flowers here to show you that when you don't refresh the water, even in just 2 days, you can see that the water underneath here is starting to get cloudy. And because the leaves also started falling in, so that started decaying and making it extra cloudy. That's why you always want to refresh the water every 2 to 3 days. Here's an optional trick for you is you can add a teaspoon of sugar or a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And if you prefer an even more natural method, you can try a squeeze, just a tiny squeeze of lemon juice to keep them lasting for even longer. Moving on to the 3rd step is creating the ideal environment for your flowers to thrive. How do we do that? Keep them away from direct sunlight, heat sources, or even ripening fruits. Yes, I mean ripening fruits because they release ethylene gas, which is going to speed up the wilting process for the flowers, and you don't want that. So keep them in a cool, shady corner where they're not going to be dehydrated so easily. So you see, with a little care and attention, you can make these flowers radiant for up to 1 week. And by trimming their ends and just replacing the water for them, what happens is you also develop a little daily ritual for yourself that helps you calm. And I see it as like a moving meditation, which is really good for the mind, body, and soul. So there you go. That's 3 tips to make your flowers last for longer. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to be posting weekly videos on etiquette, beauty, grace, and home management. Have the most wonderful day.